guys, the magic is in the movement on this one for sure. We launched it about an hour ago and everybody is like kind of wowed by it because Jay does some really, really incredible jewelry pieces. But this one I think just takes it all to another level. Yeah, if you guys can grab the other one, the rhodochrosite version, I think it got picked up. Yeah, we will get it back. Thank you. So what's the scoop? Well, believe it or not, in one bracelet at one day at one really spectacular price, you're going to get two very, very distinct looks. You have your choice of the rhodochrosite or the lapis, that's what you're seeing right there, or you're going to pick, do I want the turquoise, and that flips to the labradorite. So this is really the surprise. It's two looks, two very distinct gemstones, but all one great price for one day, and it's one amazing gallery level cuff that Jay's made for us as our today's special. So Jay, I know there's a lot to talk about with this, but I really appreciate, I really truly do, as much as we tease each other, I really appreciate how innovative you guys are when it comes to making some of these pieces, because this is a tough piece. Well,
you know, these are the kind of pieces, to tell you the truth, you're not going to see this anywhere else. Nobody else has this design. No, these are the kind of things that we're known for, right? These are gallery designs. This was a gallery design that literally became a today's special, which is that, to be honest with you, is a rarity for numerous reasons. I won't go into all the reasons here and bore you to tears, but most of them are because of how they're made and the expense incurred in handcrafting these. If you look at it, you know, and again, the materials on these are special, but just how these are crafted and how they're made. I just want you to realize when you're looking at these prices that this is something that you would never, you're not going to see the design, but you would never see the cost even comparably, even close to this if they were made like we have to make these. These all have to be made from scratch, from the raw materials. And in this case, the cuff is made with, this is all created from sterling silver sheet material. See, now, she can flip that over on her wrist without popping it off. That's pretty cool, Victoria, that she did that. For me, I have to raise it up and then flip it. But she was able to actually pull this up and then flip it over. What's really cool is you're buying a gallery design. So you're buying a gallery cuff bracelet.
Kind of explain what that means. Maybe somebody's brand new.
Okay, when we started, I've been doing this for 46 years. When I started out, I did one-of-a-kind designs, and I sold them to mainly to galleries, to high-end fashion boutiques. We sold them to really high-end jewelry stores, and we did our silver designs that were really what they call bridge jewelry, and it's bridging the gap between like diamonds and gold and platinum, and you know having something that like a sterling silver material, right? So it was bridge jewelry, but there were gallery designs. They're one-of-a-kind designs. The only way you can do these designs, and this is the key thing, the only way to do them is old school, the way that we're doing it. Right now in the jewelry world, and I'm not taking anything away, it's just technology and it's the way things have gone. But most of the jewelry, almost, I would say not all of it, but the majority of the jewelry that you see made anywhere is either cast now or they're stamped, right? They really don't have silversmiths. They're either, you really don't need, if you cast or you stamp jewelry, you really don't need silversmiths to be able to really finish that product and make it. In this case, I want you to understand, these are all made by silversmiths from the raw sterling silver material. Every one of these is all hand created. Even the half round wire here is all what they call hand drawn. There's no machine that does that. They cut strips, they cut the sterling silver sheet material, they cut it into strips and they actually pull it, draw it, and make their own half round. And then all the half round, and then that's all put together. And they're all made from scratch.
It's interesting because you can see it right here.
Yeah, do you see where this is all soldered together?
Right
I mean,
here.
like, you can barely see it.
Yeah.
But that is all an art. Okay, all of this, the lapidary work, everything on this
just the
piece,
mechanism of twisting it. You guys, this is unbelievable. It really is.
Well, that goes through that pin and everything. Just the ability to have an artist where they can actually do that, right? I mean, where they can actually create this. You're not going to see this anywhere else. I mean, this is the kind of stuff we do. In fact, normally, to tell you the truth, this design, you never would have seen it as a Today's Special.
You're absolutely right.
I was in, I was reviewing all the designs, because that's basically what we do. I mean, we do so many designs. We probably do more designs, no brag, just fact, in a week than a lot of jewelry manufacturers will do in a year, in any given year. I mean, that's all we do. We make designs, make designs, make designs. Of those designs, probably you see fewer than probably 10% of those designs that you'll ever see on the show.
Right.
For one reason or another, material cost. In a case like this, we would very seldom would we ever try to do anything like this as a Today's Special.
You're right.
Number one, they're very time consuming to make. They all have to be individually handcrafted from scratch. It takes a lot of time. We do have a lot of silversmiths, but you have to dedicate a whole block of silversmiths just to be able to make this design in the quantity that we made them. And for Today's Special, we only did about probably, less than 25% of what we normally do. So there's no huge volume on these.
I was super surprised about that.
And the reason is because they're labor intensive. And then on the materials that we used. Okay, so I came up with these different materials. I came up with the rhodochrosite because I just got back from Argentina. This material right here, guys, is rhodochrosite. Really cool. This is the natural material out of Argentina. It only comes, really, this material for jewelry only comes out of one known location on planet Earth. There is rhodochrosite specimens, even in Silverton, Colorado, of all places. They do have rhodochrosite specimens, but they don't have the jewelry grade. They don't have the pieces of the big stopes or the big crystals that are big enough that you can actually create jewelry from this.
Look how big the cab is. It's huge.
And not only this, the grade of this material, okay, for rhodochrosite, this is the top grade. It's extremely, extremely rare. You can't really get it. Now, the big surprise, flip that over. Okay, this is lapis. This does not get any better. You cannot find a nicer grade of lapis. I don't care who you are or where you are. This is natural lapis. This is the top material that I have from my Afghani material. This material is literally non-existent and has been for now going on almost 7 years. I'm not going to bore you right now. I'll tell you enough about lapis here in about 15 minutes or so, probably to bore you to tears. But with the lapis right now, you cannot get this grade of material. Look at the quality. Look at that. It does not get any finer. This is all natural, AAA grade Afghani lapis. It does not get any better. And lapis, believe it or not, is even rarer than turquoise. It's rarer than turquoise, and turquoise is darn rare. And it's rarer than rhodochrosite, but almost about the same as rhodochrosite, because rhodochrosite only comes from that one location too.
A good point. All right, now let's do turquoise.
Okay, turquoise, this is gold matrix, turquoise on one side, and then you flip it over.
Labradorite.
Okay, and this is Labradorite from Madagascar. It's one of the few times, just so you know, this is one of the few times where we didn't even do upsell items to these. So there's, down the road, we've done some designs that down the road where you'll have rhodochrosite and lapis together that go back to this, or we'll have turquoise and labradorite that you can go back to it. But we thought that this cup
like a standalone.
Was so special and so unique that we could do it as a standalone piece, and that's what we've done. They are limited. This will never be repeated, and I guarantee you they'll never be repeated at this price. This was one of those crazy things, and I don't regret doing it. Okay, I don't regret it.
I like the tone of your voice. I don't regret doing this.
Okay, I'm just telling you right now, you really can't make these and sell them for this price. Okay, this to tell you the truth, is an incredible, incredible value, guys. I mean, beyond incredible, to the point where it's painfully incredible. Okay.
And again, you know what? It's
with a capital P.
Well, and the neat thing for me is rings and bracelets. Why do we tend to love them so much? It's because you can see them all day long. You know, you put a necklace on, and trust me, I love necklaces. I wear everything. I got, you know, the whole thing going. But when you put a necklace on and you put earrings on, unless you look in the mirror, you can't appreciate it. But when you put this bracelet on and you have it on your wrist, I was wearing it the other day, and gosh, I just loved it. I love the fact that I had the triple strand, or triple lines, so to speak, of sterling silver, so you had a bold cuff look, which I think is really sexy and great looking. I love the fact, you will too, that you can flip it. So if your outfit changes, or your mood changes, or the day changes, this can go with you, and it matches so many things you already have in your wardrobe. I have a beautiful Labradorite bracelet I bought from Jay in February. It was the Today's Special. I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. Its full price is almost $150 for one Labradorite stone that wasn't this big, and it was little Labradorite beads. And the only sterling silver was the very back of this magnetic clasp. That was it. The rest was just Labradorite. Well, that was almost $150. It doesn't reverse. It didn't give me a different look, a different gemstone, a different color at all. It didn't give me any or more variety. I still love that piece. I wear it a lot, but this one just goes to that next level of lovability and wearability. Because again, you change your outfit, you go, oh, I only need one bracelet. I'm gonna wear the turquoise today because I'm wearing chocolate brown, or I'm wearing white or khaki or red or what have you, or jeans, for gosh sakes. Then you say, hey, you know what? I'm going to a really nice event. Maybe it's gonna be a wedding or a holiday celebration. The same bracelet you had on with jeans Saturday morning, you're now wearing with a little black dress to the holiday party Saturday night, because it reverses to that faceted Labradorite. Now the flip side, which I think is so fascinating, is you've got that rich, beautiful, and look at that checkerboard cut, gives it all the sparkle of the lapis, and then hey, my daytime casual is gonna be this really rare and unusual rhodochrosite. So again, I think this is just so exciting to have something that gives you more looks than one. And Jay, you know me, I'm a crafter, and we tend to be incredibly thrifty, but I'm a crafter who loves Jay's jewelry. And so I love it, and I appreciate that. I don't have to buy two bracelets to, you think about it, if you paid for one turquoise bracelet with this much sterling silver a cuff, in fact, if you went to .com right now, you could see some of Jay's cuff silver bracelets, and you could spend over $200 and some, and it's turquoise. That's all it is. There's no options to it. So now you're getting the option to have two bracelets all built into one incredibly clever design. And Jay, the other thing I want everybody to appreciate, we talked about it a little bit, is understand how tremendously difficult it is to make this thing spin. It's almost impossible, and to do it well.
Well, the way that it's engineered, the way that they make them, and here again goes back to the fact that you have to do these by hand. There's no way there's no way you could cast this. There's no way you could stamp this. I mean, it all has to be done from scratch by hand. So it really is an art, and it's a skill. Also, just so you know, silversmithing, this is a lot of the silversmiths that I use. A lot of them have been with me for over 30 years.
Have they really?
Yes, wow. And to the point where a lot of them, their kids, when I knew their kids, that it makes me feel very old. But now their children, a lot of their children have taken over the craft. And so a lot of them that now are in their 20s, you know, the early 20s, mid 20s, are actually silversmithing for us too. Silversmithing, just the silversmithing in general, is becoming kind of a lost art. You just don't see it. You used to see a lot of goldsmiths, you see a lot of silversmiths, especially for hand-done work. But now it is becoming literally a lost art. It's just to have somebody who actually has the ability to do this. And then just like anything, there's all different levels of people in their skill levels, especially with silversmiths or lapidaries, on what they can do. You're looking here at kind of the perfect storm, right? You're looking at some of the finest silversmithing and silversmiths that we have, and also some of the finest lapidaries that we have to be able to do this quality of work. Now, I will tell you this too, I live in cuffs, okay? The first thing I do when I get up in the morning is I put on my watch and I put on my cuff, right? And I don't just wear one cuff, right? I have different cuffs. I have work cuffs. I have work cuffs. I have everyday cuffs that I wear. I have cuffs that I like if I wear out or I dress up or I'm here on,
Why do you
on
like
the
cuffs?
air. It just balances me out,
yeah,
you know? And you know what I like with cuffs and with all of our cuffs? I make them, they just pop on. You just learn, they're just so easy to pop on when they're, especially when they're handcrafted like this. They get to where they just mold to your wrist. And what's really cool is depending on where I'm going or what I'm doing for that day, then I'll pull that cuff out and I'll put it on. The same with, you know, the watch I have or the different watches I have. So these are not only cool designs, they're literally pieces of wearable art. And there are things that have been totally handcrafted again. Okay, when you look at these prices, normally for today's special, we really wouldn't go with a gallery design. Normally on something like this, I might make 100. I might make 200 is all I would ever make. And that's all that would ever be made ever. It's very, very, very rare for us to take a gallery design and do a today's special because they're so expensive. That being said, if this was a regular gallery design, which it is, okay, it still took the same time, effort, and the cost of the materials, you sure wouldn't see a price like this, okay?
Well, and in fact, let's look at the real price. I mean,
okay, but even much higher. Much
in
higher.
the gallery,
yeah,
true. But I'll tell you, because you got to remember, our HSN price is already really good offers. I mean, that's what we strive for. You know, it's kind of what we're known for, right? So after today, when the day's done, let's say we have a couple left in one of the colors. Let's do the rhodochrosite lapis, which is, by the way, the most popular right now. It's going to be $242. The comparable retail value is $263. So you can see it's not just $5 or $10 off. It's a dramatic savings.
Yeah, even the
for one single day.
though, guys. Where would you go to do that? And even on the comparisons and stuff like that?
Not in Taos or Albuquerque.
No, but nowhere actually on planet Earth, to be honest with you. I dare you find this design at that price. I dare you go out from another source and anywhere on planet Earth, okay? Even go to Zimbabwe and have somebody make it out of their hut. I guarantee you're not gonna see it for that price. It is impossible. So, you know, you're getting something that is super, super high quality, really rare. Again, you're buying a gallery look, a gallery design. My personal favorite, not that I want to bum anybody out, but it's the colors I chose, my two, is the rhodochrosite and the lapis. Let me tell you why. Okay, the
and
rhodochrosite.
By the way, 2 to 1.
Okay.
2 to 1 in the lead.
But the rhodochrosite and the lapis. This is why I love the turquoise and I love the labradorite. Don't get me wrong. We went with 2 options. I had just came back from Argentina. I had just done the deal with the miner on this rhodochrosite. I was stoked. I got it in February actually at Tucson. Then I went down to the mine in March. And you can't buy rhodochrosite like this, guys. You can't find it. You can't get it. This is the top grade rhodochrosite that I never thought that I'd ever be able to get. And I'm buying it. The only reason I could even afford to put it in the design was the fact that I was dealing with Hector. That is the miner. I mean, this guy grew up in this little village, and he's like a success story. I mean, I'm buying it directly from him. He is the rhodochrosite king. He is the man, right? So I got that. The lapis is out of my personal stash.
Your private stash.
My private stash. This lapis normally was actually meant to go into gold jewelry, to be honest with you guys. Okay,
wow.
This was the material that I had put back that eventually that I was going to do a gold line and that I was saving for gold jewelry. So the lapis doesn't get any better. So rhodochrosite, amazing. The lapis, amazing. We wanted to head and give you something a little bit different. So we also decided to go with turquoise, which is what we're known for. This is a Chilean material, Chilean gold matrix. And then we've done it the reverse side with that amazing faceted Labradorite from Madagascar. Here again, but even to think about that, your two selections, do you notice that the thought that goes into making this? So on the lapis rhodochrosite, the lapis side's faceted. So you're getting a very different, you're getting a different material, but you're getting a different look, right? Faceted. Right. The rhodochrosite, I could have faceted the rhodochrosite, but I didn't. I did it as just a cabochon, so a smooth cabochon. So you even have differences in how, when you wear it, even with the different materials, that you've got a smooth side and then you've got a faceted side. The turquoise, same thing. We left it rounded. You've got just the turquoise smooth cabochon, nice thick cabochon on one side. You flip it over, you got the bling, you've got that natural Labradorite from Madagascar, which has that very special property of labradorescence.
Isn't that gorgeous? And to Jay, to your point, this could be, you know, certainly it's daytime, but when you add that checkerboard faceting to it, all of a sudden you do get that extra sparkle, you do that extra shine. For me, it's so much fun that during the day you wear it maybe on the cabochon side, and then at evening when you're gonna go out to dinner or there's candlelight or, you know, you're going to a nice event, you just flip it, and all of a sudden you go, oh my gosh, that's a great bracelet. It's so perfect with your little black dress. Or if you're wearing, let's say, a sparkly top to a holiday party and you're getting, say, the turquoise or the Labradorite, that's that instant magic. You know, there's truly magic behind these pieces. And this is something I always say about Jay's pieces as well. You can feel that they're handcrafted. You can feel there's passion and love and just so much care that goes in each and every piece. This really is that high level, very difficult to execute. This is not an easy design because simply the fact it can spin. Each of the stones you're seeing, they're 22 by 22 millimeters. So they're not little teeny stones you can barely see. They're really quite large cabochons. You can certainly see that on Victoria. Each of these is completely bezel set. And remember, cutting this stone, because of its natural characteristics, is very different than doing this stone. Cutting this stone, the lapis, is very different than this. So you have to be wildly talented just to facet all these different materials because they all have inherently very unique characteristics built into the faceting of them, or even the carving of them, or even the shaping of them. So to have that kind of skill and talent, and then to put it all together into one really beautiful bracelet, that's the charm of this. To me, that's the excitement. And also, if you buy any of Jay's pieces, they're absolute heirloom pieces. This is the kind of piece that you collect, you pass down from generation to generation. I have some generational pieces from my parents who were very much into turquoise when they were younger and when I was very young, and those are some of my most precious jewelry that I own are the pieces that my parents and I inherited from them, and they are Native American slash also turquoise slash pieces like that. And they're so important to me, and this becomes part of that family story for you and your family when you pick up something like this. But just remember, it's one day only, that's it. Right now I've got both options and just a little FYI, yes indeed, the lapis rhodochrosite, Jay called it right, is selling about 2 times to every one of these. So little heads up, especially if you want to pick up this unique combination of these 2 stones. All right, we're not going to let the lapis story go though. We're going to have an absolute lapis moment in this hour. So I'm going to keep this lapis on simply because I'm going to refer to it a lot. No, don't show it yet. Boo, 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 boo. All right, here we go.